this video we want to share you about alcohol in organic chemistry. This is our team members.
Let's look what an organic compound is. An organic compound is any chemical that contains carbon. Most of the time, carbon is bonded with hydrogen and sometimes with oxygen, nitrogen or other elements. But what makes each organic compound different is something called a functional group. This is a small part of the molecule that gives it special properties. Here are a few common examples. Alcohol has OH, carboxylic acid has COOH, amine has NH2, and lastly, ketone has C double bond O in the middle.
Now let's talk about definition and structure of alcohol. Alcohol is an organic compound that contains a hydroxyl group, OH, attached to an aliphatic carbon atom. The general formula of alcohol is ROH, where R represents an alkyl group and OH is the functional group characteristic of all alcohol. Here is the structure of alcohol.
Now, let's look at the types of alcohols which are classified based on where the hydroxyl group or OH group is attached in the molecule. There are three types of alcohol: primary, secondary, and tertiary. Primary alcohol have the OH group attached to a carbon that is connected to two or more hydrogen atoms, usually at the end of the carbon chain. For the example, propane 1O. Next, secondary alcohol have the OH group attached to a carbon bonded to only one hydrogen found in the middle of the chain. For the example, propane 2O. Lastly, tertiary alcohol have the OH group attached to a carbon that has no hydrogen atoms, but is bonded to other carbon branches. For the example, 2-methyl propane 2-ol.
Okay, next let's talk about the industrial application of alcohol. Alcohol, in particular ethanol, are used for the extraction of vanilla, orange, or mint. These extracts are frequently used in the drinks, dessert, and in baking. Commonly, alcohol are also used as a food. Alcohol is used to preserve the food coloring and sauces, to extending their shelf life and retaining their flavor. Furthermore, ethanol can be found as one of the sanitizer substances in the food industry. It aids in the disinfection of tools, surface, and worker hands in order to prevent contamination and ensure the cleanliness, particularly in the food operation where the hygiene is very critical in the health standard.
Next, properties and safety consideration of alcohol. Here, there are three properties of alcohol. First, solubility in water. As the carbon chain gets longer, solubility decreases because the non-polar hydrocarbon part becomes dominant. Second, acidity. Alcohol are weakly acidic, able to donate a proton H+ from the OH group. However, they are less acidic than water or carboxylic acid. And lastly, presence of hydroxyl group OH. Alcohol can form hydrogen bonds due to the OH group. This leads to higher boiling points compared to similar sized hydrocarbon or ether. Next, safety consideration of alcohol. First, flammability. Most alcohol are highly flammable, especially lower chain alcohol like methanol, ethanol, and propanol. They can easily ignite and burn with an almost invisible flame. For example, ethanol. Second, vapor inhalation. Alcohol vapors can cause dizziness, headache, or respiratory irritation. Ensure good ventilation or work under a fume hood.
Last but not least, alcohol are essential compounds in the organic chemistry with a wide application. food industry, but not only in food production and processing, also in ensuring safety and hygiene. Alcohol, its application include the test extraction, fermentation, food preservation, and also the surface of sanitation. With the proper use, alcohol helps to ensure that the food we eat is both safe and high in quality. Also, compliance with the health standards.
Here's the references.